do, okay? Her name is Chrissy Derbyshire. She's come all the way from lovely Wales and she is absolutely fabulous. So I would like to hear the biggest whoop and cheer that you possibly can give. For the last time of this evening, let's give it up for Chrissy Derbyshire!
Yes, hello, my name is Chrissy. Just to give you a very quick idea of the kind of person you're dealing with here, I recently put both of my hands in the bin in a public bathroom because I thought it was a Dyson Airblade. So that's me. What else can I say about myself? I'm quite a modern person. Yeah? I'd like to think I'm a bit of an advocate for more progressive, more atypical family setups. For instance, my life partner isn't strictly a husband. If anything, he's more what you'd call a cat. He's a cat. He's a cat. His name's Bernard. I think we have a very healthy relationship, except that he did recently lick my boob, and we haven't really spoken about it since. I'm not sure what that means for us. I think next year, 2026, I think 2026 is going to be my year, though, I do. I think it might be the year where I finally become a viable human being. I've been trying that, and it's been an uphill struggle. Not going to lie, it has been an uphill struggle. Most struggles are uphill, really, aren't they, when you think about them? Hardly ever hear of struggles in other directions. Sisyphus chasing a boulder down a hill. Yeah. So it's been your classic uphill struggle, because there are several impediments to me being a functioning human. For a start, you'll be amazed to discover I have ADHD. Whoa! No, it's true, I do. I have ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. That's what it stands for. A gross misnomer, if you ask me. I don't have a deficit of attention. I have a whole ton of attention. It's just that holding on to that attention and directing it where I mean to direct it is a bit like trying to hold on to quite a large armful of weasels. Or a normal size armful of quite large weasels. Or if you like, one of those water snake toys from the 90s. Remember those? They slipped out of your hands? Kind of like a fleshlight for beginners, yeah? So I'm like that. Yeah, I have ADHD, I have poor short-term memory, poor impulse control, I'm clinically depressed, I have poor short-term memory, and I'm an introvert. And to top it all off, I've chosen as my profession something that necessitates the most unnatural communication possible. This is not normal, okay? This is weird. Me up here, you down there. Do I have the power because I'm holding the mic? Do you have the power because there are more of you than there are of me? It's weird, isn't it? It is weird. I'm going to make it so weird. So I've been thinking a lot lately about my internal organs. Yeah, there's no natural way to introduce that into a conversation. Always feels a bit forced. And we're all like weirdly squeamish, almost coy about our units. Like as soon as our insides are mentioned, we become a kind of fainting aunt from a Jane Austen novel. Mr. Darcy, please. Your kidneys. They're on full display. Save something for your wife. That was from Pride and Pancreas. By Jane Intestine. Just added that joke on the way here. Why not? It's a nightmare journey. But they're there, aren't they? Inside us, I think. I guess I don't check very often. You know, I would say I look at my own insides the normal amount, which I've Googled that, and that's not at all. I don't look at my own insides at all. But I do believe that they're there, and I don't like that I'm aware that they're there. Okay, if you want to be constantly mildly traumatised, and you're watching me, so I assume that's what you're into, I would recommend becoming aware of your own internal organs. and the fact that, best case scenario, they are sitting there inside you day after day doing things without your understanding or your permission. And there's flipping loads of them too. Like, if I had to estimate, I would say at least 5 or 6 different bits. I'm not a qualified doctor. I could have been. I chose not to be. Medicine's loss was comedy's gain. I'm going somewhere with this, by the way. I do have a point. I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page vis-a-vis guts. And on that note, hello. Hello, you all right? Yeah? Aye. What's your name?
Darrow.
Darrow? Darrow. Not Darren.
Nope.
Darrow.
Yes.
Show off. That's a lovely name. Tell me, Darrow, do you think it's reasonable for me to assume that you have internal organs? Some of them. Fair enough. Yeah. Which ones do you reckon you got, mate?
Main ones?
The main ones, yeah. All the classics. All the classics. Can't beat them, can you? I don't think it's unreasonable for me to assume that most of us do have internal organs. More contentiously, though, I think that some of my major organs have a good cop, bad cop situation going on. I will explain. My heart, that's the good cop, okay? No problem at all with my heart. It pumps blood around my body like an absolute champ. I want it to beat. It does beat every day, so far. No problem at all with my heart. My brain, on the other hand, is an arsehole. Not literally, of course, that would be biologically quite upsetting. I mean that my brain is a dick. Again, not literally. To be absolutely clear, my brain is a brain, but that's the best thing I can say about it. Okay, I hate it hates me, there's mutual animosity there. At best, it's kind of blithely useless. At worst, I think it might be trying to kill me. Because every day, several times a day, my brain will just go, oh no! And I'll say, what is it? And my brain will say, oh no, you've forgotten. I'll say, what have I forgotten? And my brain will say, I don't know, something probably. And the worst part is it's usually right. I usually have forgotten something because, like I said, I have 0 short-term memory. Brilliant long-term, 0 short-term. So I can remember, word for word, the song from a Chicken Bovril advert from 1988. But I can't remember the beginning of this sentence. I'm just hoping that by the time I reach a natural pause in speech, it's at least grammatically correct. So I'm desperately trying to work out what it is that I might have forgotten. And my brain pops up again very helpfully. Hi, excuse me, hi. Maybe you've forgotten your PE kit. And I say, no. No, I don't think so, brain. I'm 41 years old, actually. Do I need a PE kit? No. Do I own a PE kit? No. Am I still scared of my PE teacher? And then, again, when I go to bed, as soon as my head hits the pillow, my brain pops up like the Microsoft Word paperclip. It looks like you're trying to have a nervous breakdown. Would you like some help with that? No. No, thank you. But it's got the bit between its teeth now. Not literally, it doesn't have teeth, it's a brain. But it's on a roll. And it says, I'm sorry to hear that because I've got 5 hours of fake definitions of words to share with you. I said, no, thank you, brain. I don't want that very much. And it goes, a platypus is a cat with braids. And I say, no. And it says, melancholy, a dog made of fruit. And I say, no. And my brain says, archetype is the answer to what kind of boat did Noah have? He had an archetype of boat. And I say, shut up. And my brain says, I see how it is. You want me to change the channel. And I say, oh God, no, please don't change the channel. But it says, no, you've twisted my arm. Not literally, it's a brain. You've persuaded me. I'm going to change the channel. And then it's a 50-50 chance of it being either a night of crippling self-loathing, so my brain reminding me of all of the ways in which I might have let down myself, my child, my parents, my friends, my lovers, not in bed, just FYI. My PE teacher again, weirdly. Sometimes my country. Either that, or again on a loop, that Chicken Bovril advert from 1988. That advert. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I suppose other meat drinks are available, but that advert. There was a woman in that Chicken Bovril advert who claimed to be a fashion model. I don't think fashion models do drink liquid chicken. And that has bothered me for 37 years. Because that's another thing that I struggle with. I really struggle with the kind of hierarchy of what should and should not worry me. And that worries me. I don't know if it should. To give an example of this, a while ago, I had a bit of a day. Okay, 2 things happened, which is more things than usually happen to me in a day. The first thing, I had some neutral feedback from my boss. Not negative feedback, neutral feedback. Someone just whispered, "That's the worst." You get me. Neutral feedback, but my brain's response to it, well, I'm going to be fired. You know, they've worked out I'm not a real human being and I am going to lose my job. Not going to be able to pay my mortgage, I'm going to lose my home. The song says, nobody wants you when you're down and out, nobody's going to want me, nobody wants me now, but they're going to want me even less. I'm going to become a social pariah, a warning to idle, neurodivergent children. If you don't study small talk hard enough, you'll end up like the swamp hag. Is there even a swamp near me? What if I have to construct my own swamp? I don't know how to do that. I'm not a telmatologist. Every day's a school day. That's a real definition for a telmatologist, swamp specialist. I'm not a telmatologist. I'm going to fail at being a swamp hag. I'm going to die alone and unloved in a sewer, and my cat, Bernard, is going to feast on my corpse. Because I need positive feedback. I crave validation. When my doctor said my urine sample was perfect, without thinking, my response was, "Oh, thanks!" What, this old thing? I'll put that on my CV. Put it on my Tinder profile, good sense of humour, perfect urine sample. Now you'll remember that 2 things happened to me that day. Okay, the first thing, neutral feedback. The second thing that happened was that I slightly set my house on fire. Whoops! How random. What am I like? Yeah, I set my house on fire a little bit, and don't get me wrong, it was scary. You know, I had to use a fire blanket for the first time ever. I didn't know how to use it. As far as I was concerned, there was a very strong chance that in using the fire blanket to put out the fire, I would set the fire blanket on fire. You know, it was scary. But once I had a chance to sort myself out, once I kind of got my head around it, my brain's response to setting my own house on fire was, "Oh, I'll tell you what, that was a nice change of pace." So I try to quiet the stupidity with work. Not comedy work, real work, busy work. But my brain, it's still there. And I know it needs to be there so that I can live or something. But it remains loud and it remains stupid. Like, it has nothing useful to contribute. Sometimes I'll be working on my laptop. I'm not a pianist or a very good mime. I'll be working. And my brain will pop up and say, "Hi. Busy." Yes, I'm working. Working, are you? Cool. Hey, you know how you're interested in languages? Yes? Ooh. And you know how the French word for bike is vélo? Yes, I think I remember that from school. Why are you telling me this? Velociraptors are called velociraptors because they used to ride bicycles. That's not true! Etymology again! You know, people often come up to me after my gigs and say, "Oh, Chrissy, I love this character you've created." No, I have several problems. I'm working on it though. I'm in therapy right now, thank you. Yeah, bedside manner's a bit weird, you keep laughing at me, but I think I'm into it. It's good to talk though, isn't it? Good to talk about the things that are worrying you. Whatever your outlet, whether you have access to real therapy, whether you just talk to a friend, vent on social media. We know, of course, that Scarlett writes songs of sapphic longing on her ukulele, and that is absolutely fine, mate. That is brilliant, because it's good. It's good to talk or sing about the ways in which we are weird and messed up and broken, because we are all weird and messed up and a little bit broken. Okay, this world, this beautiful, miraculous, lush green earth on which we live is so weird. It is so messed up. Sophie was talking about your nature documentaries. Have you ever watched a nature documentary? Don't. Don't if you want to still like nature. It is a Lovecraftian hellscape out there. An octopus's penis. Good night. No, an octopus's penis is on the end of one of its arms. It can rip it off and throw it at you if it wants to mate. Not you personally, I don't know why we locked eyes just then, but still. That doesn't feel right, does it? That is counterintuitive. If you're not at least a little bit put out by that, I put it to you that your Pornhub search history is troublingly specific. You can call it vintage anime as much as you want, Darrow. I don't know how to live in a world that's so wet and squishy. I don't know how we go on in a world where octopuses are out there just flinging their willies at people. Not people, probably other octopuses. I don't know, I'm not a cephalopodologist. But I am some kind of person. How do I live in a world where I am so full of wet, squishy, visceral guts? And the answer is, I do this. I do stand-up comedy, and it changes a person. It does, it changes you. I've gone from never having met a stand-up comedian in real life to everybody I know either is a comedian or will be soon. If any of you in the audience aren't stand-up comedians yet, don't fight it, just let it happen. But most importantly, I found that being a comedian changes your priorities. Your priorities shift. You start to do things because you think you'll get a good anecdote out of them. So you'll take that ill-advised job, you'll go on that date that you probably shouldn't go on, you'll jump out of that plane. Me, I did something quite silly really. I procreated. Thought children, there's a rich theme of comedy there. Why not push a human being out of the old vagina, see what happens? Sorry, when I say old vagina, that's just a turn of phrase. It's no older than the rest of me. It's not a hand-me-down. Vintage purse, love it. No. So I had a kid, and I love it. I love being a parent. I think it is so moving, being privileged to watch this screaming potato gradually blossom into a weirdly dependent flatmate. Love being a parent. Didn't love being pregnant though. Didn't love that at all. Maybe I was doing something wrong. I mean, I did it fine, I kept her in there. Didn't leave my womb at the shops. But maybe I was doing something wrong in terms of my attitude, because pregnant people are supposed to be radiant, aren't they? Yeah, I was not radiant as advertised. I was not a glowing fertility goddess. I was more of an angry sphere with wind. Found out I was pregnant the normal way, peeing on a stick. Still think that's quite a weird thing to be the normal way to do something. In my experience, I found peeing on things, in most circumstances in life, peeing on things, optional, if not frowned upon. School run? No. Jury duty? No, no, no. Not even to establish dominance over the other jurors. Funeral? Depends who died. It does depend who died. Families have their little traditions, don't they? And I'm not here to kink shame the dead. Didn't love being pregnant, but I love having her now. I love her now she's out of me. The thing though about having a kid is that you spend so much of your life, so much of your time, your energy, your soul parenting, that when it's time to stop parenting, when your kid's not around, it's really hard to turn it off. You do find yourself pointing out moo cows to strangers on the bus. The worst one of these that ever happened to me was my partner at the time had a friend round. So this was two guys in their late 30s kicking back, playing cards in my living room. And let me tell you, it really does change the whole vibe of an evening. When you go up to your long-term romantic partner and his friend, who you don't know very well, lean over them and say, "Will Mummy get you a drink?" I had to have a threesome that night just to save face. You've been absolutely brilliant. I unfortunately have been Chrissy Derbyshire. Thank you.
I'd just like to, okay, so the Wales top, it's because Chrissy and Abby have come from Wales. I didn't context that at all. I just got this all vinted and really wanted to wear it. Woo! Do you know what? That's made me so happy tonight.